A special thank you to my patrons for supporting the channel. I once sought life advice from an Amethyst Dragon who specialized in that sort of thing. I told her all my flaws and unwanted behaviors, and she prescribed the best elixir. Stop doing those things! I still think back on that visit in trying times. Well, it would seem my lair has been uncovered by an adventuring party. How quaint. I would offer you congratulations. Uncovering my lair and surviving is no easy feat. However, you ruined a most fascinating rumination, so I shall give you no praise. Still, I am not without manners. I am the Amethyst Dragon known as Ildenser. The humans of Waterdeep call me the worm who hides in blades. It's a long story I don't really feel like getting into. Why are you here? Wait, do not tell me. You found a dragon and want its treasure, yes? Maybe the glory that comes with slaying the evil worm and claiming its riches? Well, I do indeed have riches, more than you could ever carry, but I don't feel like parting with any of it. Is that what makes me evil? Am I evil in the first place? Greedy? Yes, I suppose I am greedy. But then again, that is a moral perspective. We dragons all have a love of gold, gems, and other valuables. Does that mean all dragons are evil? Even the ones of metallic scales who fly about to do battle with demons and the like and protecting you mortals from their evil cousins? And what about me? Oh, I could squash you like an insect and take what you have, but I choose instead to talk. Does that make me good? You came here to steal my treasure that I earned through my long life via fair and clever means. Does that make you greedy, and by extension evil? Or does it make you good, because you are taking treasure from a supposedly evil being? I'm sorry, am I confusing you? My philosophical musings can be hard to follow for those of short minds, but that is a common trait amongst my kind. We Amethyst Dragons are very introspective. Does that interest you? No mere brute mercenaries, but thinkers, are you? Scholars, perhaps? If so, I welcome you all to my home. This place always welcomes knowledge and knowledge seekers, but I can't tell you too much. Knowledge is as much a part of my hoard as gold, and no dragon in their right mind would ever part with their hoard willingly. But I am willing to make a deal. I will take one of your magical items and in exchange tell you all there is to know of my species. There, you see? No evil creature would offer such a fair deal. Wait, no, that's not right. There are those pesky devils from Bator. Perhaps a deal is neither good nor evil in its nature, and is affected only by the nature of those who make it. As I said, I am Eldenser, the worm who hides in blades, and I will show you a glimpse of life through the eyes of the Amethyst Dragons. Firstly, a physical description. I find that understanding the form of a thing can help you understand its nature. No two dragons are completely alike, such a thing is impossible. However, we do share common traits. As the namesake of my species suggests, our scales and horns resemble the amethyst crystal. Though, if anyone were to ask, the dragon came first and not the gem. Trust me. There's also our translucent wings and our very long tails. I am roughly around 873 years old, and after consecutive measurements, I found my tail alone is 47 feet long. And yes, I did hatch from an egg that was shaped like an amethyst crystal. When I was a hatchling, my scales were a very light lavender color. They turned a very deep purple when I reached roughly 100 years of age. Aging is fascinating, isn't it? Oh, that reminds me. Take a closer look at my horns. See how they are not attached at all to my head? They're kept in place by telekinetic force. My mind understands what form it should take, so it keeps me together. I've noted that they raise up higher when I'm in a foul mood, though. That's why I stay calm, even when intruded upon. I don't want to lose a horn to a low ceiling. Now, our personalities are far more interesting than our appearance, though I do appreciate your gawking stares of admiration. Now please, close your mouths and listen. We Amethyst Dragons are the wisest and most majestic of all dragonkind. Not just the subset of us gemstone dragons, but also our self-righteous metallic cousins and our more savage chromatic counterparts. Like all my kind, I have trouble understanding the hostilities between chromatic and metallic dragons. Many amount it to the simple struggle of good and evil, or law and chaos if you prefer. But I always felt such things were never so simple. Those squabbles, as petty as they may be, just don't make any sense. Wouldn't it be more prudent to talk things out and come to a compromise? Oh, but dragons do have issues with that compromise. I suppose when one is faced with an enemy that cannot be reasoned with, then one has no choice but to fight them honorably. Oh, of course I could ambush, retreat, hit-and-run tactics, but what kind of dragon would I be if I shamed myself with such dishonorable tactics? Retreat indeed. Now where was I? Oh yes, good and evil. My kind does not care for it. Well, that is not entirely true. My species is far more interested in good, evil, order, and chaos as fundamental forces of the cosmos, but we have very little interest in waging wars over them. Why fight for good or evil when you barely understand what they are? Would you fight for gravity without knowing exactly what it was and how it worked? Well, you lesser races might, but you aren't dragons. Now I mean no offense, not being a dragon is a tragic flaw, but no one can fault you for it. That is why my species is here. We are to understand the shifting tides of these forces and offer the wisest counsel in the universe for those seeking it. Though personally, I find introspection on these matters much more appealing. If the minds of the wisest of dragonkind cannot fully comprehend something as simple as good and evil, why bother teaching other beings at all? In my own studies of cosmic forces, I have become enraptured by the existence of other worlds on the material plane. What? Did you think the world of Toril was the only world out there? No, no, no. This world is just one of many. There are others, parallels of the material plane. There is Eberron, a world where magic and machines have met. Theros, where gods are much more active than they are here. And Abir, which is ruled over by docile primordials with not a single god in sight. Did you know that some individual dragons manifest echoes across these worlds? I once ventured into Abir to meet with my own echo. He was a royal advisor to a red great worm, keeping his wrath and fury in check and pointed in the right direction. A good thing, too. You know how hot-headed the fire breathers can be. But as fascinating as these worlds and our echoes are, they are merely a trifle compared to the true task bestowed upon my kind. As Amethyst Dragons of the past looked deeper into cosmic forces that shaped our reality, we all noted that there is a place. A strange place. A realm beyond any we know of. It lies outside of our own, beyond a thin veil. A place where the rules of chaos, order, good and evil, gravity and all other fundamental forces are completely foreign, upside down and backwards. A place that is indescribable. Though alien is the best word I have found for it. Not a perfect fit, but such descriptions do wonders to ground the mind. Most creatures call this place of incomprehensibility the Far Realm. That is a truly horrific place. A place that by all accounts should not exist, yet it does. Worse still, it seems insistent on spitting out its corruption into our reality. Have you witnessed any of those aberrations? The beholders, great floating eyeballs of genius and paranoia that blast out mystical lasers from eye stalks. The aboliths, those hideous giant slugs who claim to have psychic power. Or worse still, the mind flayers who spread like a disease. Just thinking about those wretched aberrations makes me want to puke. Horrific and loathsome parasites, the lot of them. Their very existence is an insult to everything I have researched, to my very species even. So do me a favor and kill every last aberration you encounter, would you? If you don't know what an aberration is, well, if you see anything with more tentacles than it reasonably should have, put a sword through it. Wait, there is an addendum to that. These little creatures, the flumps, they are the antithesis of the corrupting mind flayers and other denizens of the far realm. In fact, they are quite nice. The way they float around absent-mindedly, guiding lost souls out of caverns and the Underdark, making that adorable flump sound. Truly a reminder that allies are found in the strangest of places. Do you think that all influence of the far realm on the material plane could be expunged without exterminating the flumps? I certainly hope so. This world is a better place with flumps in it. I suppose I must discuss what my kind hoards for treasure, yes? That is what the lesser races care most about dragons, isn't it? We Amethyst Dragons hoard gems and gold, it is true, but we prefer unique items of arcane power. The crowning jewel of most of our hoards are those magical items that originated from other worlds of the material plane. I have several swords that were uniquely crafted from the worlds of Abir and Eberron. I embed my psyche into them and fly them around, essentially possessing the sword, if you will, using it as an extension of my own body so I can witness what is happening around my lair without ever having to leave it. Yes, I know, it is genius, isn't it? Though the centerpiece of my hoard in particular is a spell book filled with magics of planar travel. Teleportation spells, teleportation circle, portals to other worlds, and a full treatise examining the differences and similarities between the material worlds of Abir and Toril, the world of primordials and the world of gods. I managed to persuade a human wizard to lend me a copy of it. I do wish I had the original, but he was very insistent on hoarding his knowledge, which I can respect. What was the human's name? Mordenkainen? His work on planar travel is exceptional for a human. What else was there to discuss? Our breath weapon, yes. We do have one, but it's nothing so barbaric as a blast of fire or lightning. We exhale a bead of pure gravity. The sheer force of it is so strong that it could crush most living things. No, I will not demonstrate it. Think of the structural damage it would do to my lair, the harm it would cause to all my important work. I can't guard the material plane from invasion from a pile of rubble, now can I? Now, since you tracked me down, I have a feeling you may find others of my kind. I ask that you not disturb them. Being intruded upon has put me in a foul enough mood already, and not all of my species are as merciful as I. If you find a location with sufficient water, such as a lake, and suspect an underwater cavern, that is the most likely place to find an Amethyst Dragon. Further proof would be an abundance of geodes and amethyst along the shoreline, and an overabundance of aquatic wildlife. For some reason, the presence of my kind fills aquatic wildlife with extra vigor and virility, resulting in rapid reproduction, which attracts a lot of fishermen, unfortunately. I believe these events occur as a thank you from the material plane, a gift rewarding us for guarding it against the worst the cosmos has to offer. Though I do wish it would provide something other than fish. Now, as embarrassing as this is, I will now briefly mention our mating rituals. Once myself and a female have found each other, we would both have to prove ourselves. Only the best and brightest can bring the best and brightest into the world. A battle of wits, perhaps a game of chess. Then I would have to review her work on cosmic forces, and she would review mine. We would debate the philosophies of good and evil and the best way to deal with invasion from the far realm. Only when we have agreed upon a certain number of things would we... well, you get the picture. If we disagree too much on the fundamentals of those tasks, then we both go our separate ways. Though I have gotten into some scuffles with some promising yet disappointing potential mates. I think I still have a scar somewhere. Now be on your way. I have a fascinating question to ruminate on. The inherent morality of gold. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode. Be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video, and leave a comment below about what monster I should do next in the next episode of Through the Eyes of a Monster. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!